Good afternoon, everyone, and I'm very happy and privileged to
Hi,
welcome
good afternoon.
eminent guest today for the webinar, Mr. Chandrabir Singh, the General Manager for the Zinc Whitefield Bengaluru Hotel, and also his colleague, Mr. Methol Singh, the front office manager from the Zinc
Namaskar.
Whitefield Bengaluru Hotel. We welcome you on behalf of School of Hospitality Management, Oro University, and all my colleagues present here. We also have Mr. Dilip Kumar, our colleague and faculty from the school, and also our co-colleague, Professor Rajiv Mishra from the same school joining us here for the webinar today. And we are also given support by the IT team from Oro University. Thank you all for joining us. Before I begin and commence, let me just introduce our guest briefly. Mr. Chandrabir Singh, the General Manager of the Zinc Whitefield Bengaluru, is a result-oriented professional offering focused leadership to drive organizational growth and profitability in highly demanding environments. He aims to consistently achieve performance goals through enthusiasm, tenacity, and initiative, which complement knowledge acquired in leading international and national service industries. His experience is really diversified in India as well as abroad. He has a huge experience of 16 plus years serving top managerial positions in many reputed organizations like the Fern Group, Jaipur, Udaipur, Howard Plaza, Agra, and other places. He has also worked internationally with Kempinski Hotel Aman, Jordan, Intercontinental Hotel Maldives, Jumeirah Beach Hotel Dubai, and many more, to name a few. He also has good experience of pre-opening of the hotels. Mr. Chandrabir is also a certified group trainer, certified in developing great leaders, management development programs, developing high performance teams, and many more. Also performs the role of a standard bearer in the organization. He is responsible for the preparation, presentation, and subsequent achievements of hotel's annual operating budget, marketing and sales plan, and capital budget. He strives to manage ongoing profitability of the hotel and ensures revenue and guest satisfaction targets are met and even sometimes exceeds it to meet the needs of the stakeholders. Except this, Mr. Chandrabir also strives to deliver hotel budget goals, long-term strategic goals for the property, developing continuous improvement plans, and definitely working on the cost saving plans for the property. I think his experience, his knowledge will all be very useful in this discussion that we're going to have here today. Once again, sir, thank you so much, and we welcome you to this webinar. Moving to the introduction of our next guest that we have, Mr. Methol Singh. Mr. Methol Singh is the front office manager of the Zinc Whitefield Bengaluru. He is a seasoned hotelier who loves challenging assignments in the field of hospitality business development that would enable the use of objective decision making and higher intellect to achieve professional excellence and career advancement. He aims to take up any responsibility and fulfill it to the best of his abilities to the utmost satisfaction of the management. He also strives to work in collaboration with other departments of the organization and to focus on corporate objectives and goals in order to achieve the company profit and revenue target. To ensure he also upholds the ethical and social responsibility standards of the organization. Mr. Methol has huge experience of 14 plus years of different properties like Miraya Hotel Whitefield Bengaluru, Howard Johnson Bengaluru, the Lalit Ashok Bengaluru, the Taj West End, the Park, and many more, just to name a few. He has been involved in making the MOD budget for the financial year, responsible for appraisal of staffs and whole year planning, training, scheduling of the front office staff, spa departments responsible, and he's also responsible for the hotel travel and transportation and the valet parking, which also comes under his thing. Being the front office manager, he also has to continuously liaison with several OTAs like the TripAdvisor, Expedia, Booking.com, and Google to attract business for the hotels. With that, we look forward to your contributions also, and we hope that you will also find enriching. You will find the session enriching and useful also in terms of our inputs.
Thank you
So much, sir, for your time and your participation. Just before we briefly begin, I would also talk about Oro University. We started in 2011 with the business school and School of Hospitality Management. This is what we are representing here today. In addition to that, we have we have 5 more schools. Total, we have 7 schools. We have School of Design, we have School of Business, we have School of Law, we have School of IT, we have a School of Design, we have School of Mass Communication and Journalism, and we have School of Liberal Arts and Humanities. This year onwards, we will also be beginning with School of Sciences, and from now on, we will be totally having 8 schools with us. As the name itself suggests, Oro, we are based on the principles of Sri Aurobindo and the Divine One. And we aim and we strive to provide value-based integral education to all our students. The school currently has 4 to 5 programs that we are delivering. We offer BSc Honours Hospitality, which is a 4-year program for all students who have passed 12th standard. We also offer integrated BSc and MSc HM program, which is a 5 years program. We offer MSc Hospitality Management program, which is a 2 years program. We have a PG Diploma Events Management, which is a 1-year program. And we also have a PG Diploma Contemporary Bakery and Patisserie program, which is a 1.5 year program. This is to just give you a little bit introduction about what we are and what we do. We also are very fortunate to have our owners coming from the hospitality field who are involved in the business of hospitality in USA in the form of Oro Hotels. And we are also fortunate, I was just talking to Mr. Mathur, that we are also fortunate to have international brand hotel, Courtyard Marriott, on campus, providing training and learning opportunities to all our students. And also the Marriott in Surat. So with this small introduction about what we are and what we do, let us begin and commence the proceedings for the day today. So my first question will be to the GM sir, and I will start by asking, because the seminar, the webinar today will be basically a 2-point program that we'll be looking at. So what are the challenges that we are facing, and what is the survival plan? How do we plan to come out of these challenges? Okay. So for the first thing that I will generally want to know from you is, what are the challenges being faced by the hospitality industry? Or you can just talk about your hotel per se, in terms of the departments and people and customers when we went for lockdown.
Certainly. Firstly, thank you, Mr. Shukla, and I would like to thank entire management of Oro University to create such a wonderful platform for student and hoteliers to share their thoughts and their knowledge through such kind of webinar in difficult times when world is having. We are connected through webinars, so it's a great.
Yes. So I think you'll have to unmute yourself. Yes.
To start, firstly, 10 minutes, Mr. Shukla, with your permission, 8 to 10 minutes, I would like to brief on this overall scenario of the COVID-19 today, and then
sure, sir, please do that.
For the question answers.
Sure.
You allow me. Okay,
please
because the right message has to go to students. That's important. So, hi friends, very good afternoon and a very warm welcome to all of you today. My name is Chandraveer Singh and I'm the General Manager of the Zinc Hotel Whitefield, Bangalore. It's a 200-room 5-star hotel and it's a first-time brand launch in India. Just in case if you have got time, sometime you're passing by Bangalore, you're most welcome to come to see the property. Today we will talk about the COVID's impact on hospitality industry, its challenges and revival. So as we all know, this COVID virus has impacted the entire tourism industry by all means severely. The world has come on a standstill. A recent publication from FAITH, the Federation of Association of Indian Tourism and Hospitality, the crisis has been jeopardized India's 10 lakh crore tourism industry and an employment of estimated 3.5 crore jobs. All cash flows of an industry have been completely frozen and are likely to stay for same for year 2020-21. And my opinion over challenges and the impact would be, the major impact would be the business loss in billions. Many new hotel projects will be going on hold. The salary distribution will be on deferments and pay cuts, unemployment for lakhs of people. Problem with the supply chain in industry where sufficient products are not available in market. Life threat due to COVID-19 for hotel employees and guests. Traveling issues for the travelers in industry and operating business difficulties and these teething issues. Day-to-day teething issues. The biggest worry is the business recovery, the loss. Since it's ongoing stuff because of currently no vaccination available for this virus. Since not only the MICR, Indian Medical Research, entire world medical research companies are working upon same to develop the vaccine. However, I am very optimistic that the world together will win over this fight against coronavirus in coming time. So this was my take on the challenges and impact. Now, I would like to also conclude with talk on revival. So when we talk about the restart of this industry post COVID melts down. So the social distancing has become a norm today in COVID's world. All hotel needs to reevaluate and update their SOPs to adopt the changes to move forward. Firstly, I strongly recommend that the hotels should always follow the guidelines provided by central and state health authorities. The first step for hoteliers, the guest they should to create a guest and a staff booklet or a communication methodology to communicate the changes or expectations from the hotel operating companies to the guest and staff. Now there will be new normal SOP to deal with this COVID, safety. So everything will be changed. My company has also made a new normal SOP considering all the hygiene and safety parameters in mind. So all hoteliers will be changing their SOPs to restart this business. So I would like to share some few points, the important points of a new normal SOPs for hospitality industry. So right starting from the arrival of the guest, basically. So when we say the first interaction happens with the transport, so our guys goes to the airport and he picks up the guest from airport and then the guest is landed in hotels. So when we talk about the guest transport, so the hoteliers needs to ensure the drivers are wearing a protective gears, the mask, gloves, and proper use of sanitizers timely, and making less conversation with the guest while on ride with the client to avoid the contamination. The vehicle should be properly disinfected before and after every use. We talk about once the guest is on reception, on the hotel, we talk about an arrival. The thermal temperature check should be mandatory for all the guests and staff entering to the hotel. Provide mask if not wearing one. If guests found with the COVID-19 symptoms, then to refuse the entry for check-in. Also to inform the local authorities with the guest consent about the same. Meanwhile, hold the guest in quarantine room available in hotel and offer help for hospitalization to the guest. 70% alcohol-based sanitizers should be available to use on mostly public areas of hotel and including reception. The luggage bags, handles etc. to be sanitized while handling baggage on arrival and departures. If we talk about the elevators, maximum four guests to be allowed in elevators at a time. The panel buttons to be sanitized on a timely basis by housekeeping staff, and hand sanitizers to be installed in elevators for safer journey of client. Now I would like to talk about the guest rooms, basically the cleanliness in the rooms. Firstly, we as a hoteliers, we have been giving around 12 to 15 kind of amenities to the guests, or some luxury hotels, they do give more than 20 kind of amenities. So the more number of amenities we give it to the client is a higher risk of spreading contamination, because what happens, half of the amenities comes back for recycle, and then that might cause a COVID infection. So my take here will be the room amenities to be minimized for the guest, up to essential amenities only. Recycling of amenities not to be practiced for some time till this thing settles down. The room linen to be changed on request only. Use proper disinfectant while cleaning the rooms. Delivering laundry services. Handle the waste with extreme care. Try to burn or dispose used masks. There should be a safe mechanism of the same. So like today's biggest fear is we all are talking about wear mask. Okay, fair enough. Companies will make masks, and hotels will supply these masks to the staff and guests also. But the most difficulty is where there should be a proper mechanism to dispose this mask. Otherwise, this mask itself will spread the virus. So my take here will be either there should be mechanism to burn these masks, or a proper disposing system should be there safely. Now I would like to talk a bit about on restaurant and takeaway food services. So I recommend to reduce the number of covers to maintain the social distancing in restaurant seating, or maybe seating to be offered in half capacity. Avoid putting buffets in the hotels. Serve small meals or fixed meals and a la carte orders. For banquets, hold small gatherings and make small menus. Try to create awareness for social distancing as much as you can with the clients. Server to use masks and hand gloves and sanitizers appropriately while handling food. Make best use of technology to make contactless service like e-menus, LCD displays, notice board, etc. Now I'll talk about takeaway food. The food to be packed hygienically in airtight containers needs to mention on a box to consume this food within 2 hours of the delivery for a safer transaction. Mr. Shukla, I hope I am not fast. Am I going, on tune with you?
Yes, sir. Very much.
Cool. Okay.
There's a lot of relevant information that you're sharing with me.
Yes, we will discuss this all. We will discuss this all in the points.
In detail. Yes, surely.
So I recommend the pool, spa, and gym and mini bar are to be recommended to remain closed for some time to avoid spread contamination of COVID-19 virus. And now the biggest challenge I see, apart from dealing with the clients and all, that is one part. Obviously, we will be very careful, handling clients and all. But there is a biggest threat I see, having this corona entering into the hotels. That is the receiving. That is the getting goods from market. So that mechanism should be very safely worked out with us, so we can have a safer transaction. So when I talk about the receiving goods in hotels from market, so I recommend all the secondary cartons of packets. So when I say secondary cartons of packet, it is the first carton on the when we of the goods. There are two cartons in everything. So there is a there is a top carton that is called secondary carton, and there is an inside packing that is called mother packing. So that is a first carton. So all the secondary carton of the packet to be removed at the time of receiving, and all carton to be safely dismantled. Move these cartons out of hotel as per scrap procedures. All vegetable, non-leafy, fruit, egg crates, milk pouches, all meat and other products which are sealed in plastic casings needs to undergo sanitation cycle separately item wise before entering to the production premises. Sanitation solution of 50 ppm chlorine is must for all raw material. I recommend to assign a dedicated person for this job. If I talk about the HR trainings and operations team, to build an effective communication gateway with client and staff about the safety from COVID-19, continuously ongoing training for the staff is required on the same. A regular audit process to be in place to ensure the parameters are followed. Employment to be on hold apart from necessary hiring, and save on other expenses wherever you can do to deal this pandemic. Now, my last take over this conversation will be over a little bit talk about a business. So when I talk about a business, because business is badly affected more than everything else. Okay. So in such a pandemic situation, I recommend the entire team should work seamlessly to achieve the best revenue they can by following new hygiene and safety SOPs, delivering excellent product with a smile, making upselling of the product, making attractive packages to sell your products, do impressive marketing, focus on the domestic market to attract the sale, maintain a healthy cash flows by high sales revenues, bank balances through bank credits if required, and should avail benefit of government aids, if any, to regularize your business. So this was a kind of my thought over this entire pandemic, the losses and then recovery from the corona. And obviously in a day-to-day life basis, there is a lot of, sanitation, hygiene practices we need to take care. So definitely we will be talking now, maybe a student might have got some questions for us in the details. So we will be further with you for questions. I would love to answer any questions you have or students have. Thank you.
Sure. Yeah. Thank you so much. It was really very insightful, very detailed, and very valuable in terms of you were actually sharing very useful material, which probably I think if hoteliers are also there online, I think they would also take in some points and probably some clues from this. And these things are all going to be very important in assuring trust in the guest, because see after lockdown, I mean, unfortunately the Prime Minister has announced lockdown 4.0, so we are not going to open anytime soon. But whenever we decide to open up and we open the gates, we will be looking at, I think, a 2-point challenge. A challenge in terms of the guest and the safety and security of the guest, and also the challenge in terms of the bringing the people back. And that is where I will also ask you a few questions in terms of, how do we work on their enthusiasm? How do we work on bringing their motivation back and, bringing their excitement back, and so that, they're very excited to come back to the hotel and work. So I have a few questions that I will just start by asking you. So I also ask Mr. Mathol in between if it's related to him. But first question to you as a GM is, whenever I think it all came as a sudden news for us from the Prime Minister, and this lockdown, we were not prepared for it. I think you will also agree to some extent. So when this all of a sudden hit you and hit your what were the big challenges that you were facing in terms of locking down and closing and shutting, or partially shutting down? And I'm sure there must be some bigger challenges in case of some departments. Definitely the hotel is facing the challenge as a whole, but I'm sure there must be some some departments which will be facing more challenges as opposed to the other departments. So what is your views on this?
Certainly, it's a very great question, Mr. Shukla. So I admire it, and definitely I'll give insight on it. Now, firstly, this COVID things is, as you know, this is a kind of a traveler which is unseen, unheard, ever by anyone in the past. So this is something very unseen has come to our lives, and we are all are in shock and surprise about the same. And people have a fear of this. Definitely, worldwide, people have fear of this corona thing because it's life-taking. However, as you said, when it was announced in our country and in the world, so everybody had fever that okay, everybody cares for their lives. But if I talk about a business particularly, so it was a lot of challenges because we have a lot of confirmed business. I mean, if I talk about particularly my project right now, I'm a pre-opening expert of hotels. So currently this Bangalore property is not yet open. Next month we are opening this hotel. It's a pre-opening hotel. But generally I've been handling other hotels, and I came to know from my friends what difficulties they have shutting down hotels. So in the day in the day and night you have to close any business safely, where your products are safe, your businesses are stopped then and there, and your cash flows are maintained. And also there is a lot of challenges came to hoteliers to close this overnight. But however, that is fine. But overall, if I talk about the losses, this COVID has impacted huge losses in terms of business. The first worry is business. As I was speaking a figure with you, nearly 10 lakh crore tourism industry only is hit by this COVID. So business is a big loss. We have got an industry. Now, if I talk about a lot of new hotel projects, because the cash flow with the owners are not very efficient, so maybe a lot of project will be going on hold. There is a pay cuts, unemployment for lakhs of people. The companies are paying salary on deferments, so they are deducting 50%, 60%, 40%. They will be paying later some time of the year. So again, this is a challenge for an employees. Now, problem with the supply chain is also, the items are not available. The relevant items are not available in market to sustain. So now we are talking about opening. Some of the states are opening. Like if I talk about Karnataka is trying to open the hotel industry by 18th of May. So though there is the hotel-related products are not available in market, it will take around 2 to 3 weeks to have this supply chain active. So these are the challenges, and of course, it's this COVID thing is a life threat to everyone. Now we have to learn to live with this deadly virus, because it seems like it will be still continuing its performance for coming months, until the time there is a vaccine available in the world for this. So we have to learn to live with this, and now we'll watch this everything. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Sir, moving to the next point that I have, you have mentioned about, in your suggestion that you mentioned about recovering and focusing on the top line, achieving the revenues, focusing on profits, reducing overhead cost, and all those things. I think in any business, primarily the goal is to increase your top line, revenues, and sales, and all that stuff. So I will ask you my next question in regard to that only. How
Please.
how and when do you see the market? And Mr. Mathur can also give his inputs and points because I think he's also very much connected to the outside market and he's also going to be involved in bringing the business to the hotel. So this is a question for both of you. How and when do you see the market recovering from this pandemic? Also, will it be open in all segments, or do you see some segments, like the business segments coming more, or the leisure segments probably not coming so much? Which segments do you see coming more? Your take, please.
All right. So now, if we talk about to be truly speaking with you regarding the business, returning into the market, nobody can give you the exact figures in today's world. I can bet on it. Nobody,
Yes.
even nobody, can give the exact figure of what exactly is coming up. But our thought over and the feeling over this, hoteliers feeling over this pandemic things about the recovery. So I feel this is gonna be there for nearly, the impact of this COVID is gonna be there for at least for an year time. So the first quarter will be, there will be devastating impact on industry of the COVID, where it will be difficult to recover. As I said, when I started talking about pay cuts and jobless, then it's a devastating impact, you can say. So the first quarter will be badly impacted. Second quarter will be little more lighter, and third quarter and so on. So overall, I see nearly down the line a year. It will take a year to open up for a market properly, and then to have this entire business recovered with us. But it doesn't mean that 1 year we will be sitting without a business. No, we will have a business. The best part is our country is a unique country where 1.5 billion people is staying at most in our country. So we have our own unique and generic market with us. Though around 35% of international businesses cut down due to this COVID, but again, I believe our Indian tourism and corporate world and social life is quite effective. So when the fear goes out of people and the things are melting down and coming normal, I'm sure industry will recover. And a bit technically, if I would like to talk about what segment you just mentioned, I see all the businesses will be affected, all the segment will be affected. But again, if I talk about a corporate business, it won't be as regularized as before. So like if we were like hotels were doing 70% corporate business earlier, take an example, or 50%, it will be impacted another 20% approx. Why? Because a lot of international companies where their productions are set here in India, they are practicing work from home for coming 6 months and a year time. Company like Google and a lot of companies. So when people are working 9 hours from work from home, so there will be less travel for them. Correct. So people will work on a computer. So when the traveling will be less, definitely the hospitality will be impacted. But still, the corporate world will also conduct their seminars and their meetings and their conferences. They will be moving for their essential works with the safety. But the corporate world will be impacted. And if I talk about the tourism, yes, Indian tourism, as I said, India will be India is always very incredible, and it will be more incredible than ever before. So because we have got a beauty in tourism, so all the touristic destination, the moment the government and the media started giving the softness, awareness to the public, when the government is issuing the advisory to the people saying now it's little the things are in control and it's a safer version to go for an holiday, people will immediately started going to tourist places. So our leisure market will also boom again. So down the line in coming quarters, I see the tourism, the leisure and corporate will move on. And of course, the big fat weddings, if I talk about in India, when we say 2,000 people, 5,000 people and all, yes, this will be impacted. I'm hoping for coming at least for a year time, this wedding will not be in huge numbers. It will be in small numbers, but wedding will happen. So we have a beauty in our country of about the weddings. So the social market will be also activated. So overall, occupancies will be impacted. I don't see immediate return of the occupancies to the hotel. But however, I see a great return in coming quarters. I think Mathul will also would like to add something.
Definitely, sir. Hi, good afternoon, everyone. And also, I would like to thank the School of Hospitality, Surat, Gujarat, the Oro University, for giving me this opportunity in this webinar to be a speaker. Okay, again, the demand, as sir also mentioned, that corporate definitely we will get the the impact of the business. The percentage of the business will not like earlier, as we are doing it, the 60-70%. It will be reduced, but however, if the hotel provide and they make assurance to the company and the guests that we are taking the so many precautions of the cleanliness, our hygiene, and the sanitation, so many the steps we are taking on the hotels, and the training our employees how to tackle with the situation. For example, like in front office, we will be sending the note to the guests when they are doing the booking to do the prior pre-registration with us. This example, instead of they providing their photo IDs or the mode of payments, they also can do online payment. We will not be encouraging more to with the payment at the counter, which is also a kind of which will pose the spread of the coronavirus. So anything which is direct in contact with the guests will be eliminated, and we'll be more into the indirectly all the contacts, all required information, everything will be sent to the guests in prior. All the pre-registration will be done, and as sir also mentioned that once the guests arrive to the hotel, they will be do the thermal temperature check, and whether the guest has a high temperature or is having any symptoms of the virus. Accordingly, it will be tackled, and the staffs will be trained accordingly. So business, once we give this assurance, definitely it will be spread out to all the the guests and the companies. One guest can spread to 10 to 20 people. So similarly, it's 100 guests will be spread to easily like 500,000, and it will be slowly and gradually the business will improve. And more of it will start with the corporates, and also the leisure. Also definitely, people have been sitting in the home for almost now close to 2 months, and once government or the tourism give us the go ahead for it has been safe to travel with taking all these precautions, definitely that sector also will improve. I mean leisure travels. So yes, it will take some time, like 6 months to a year time, but slowly and gradually it will improve.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mathol, for your comments. There's one more question in connection to this. Do you see stability or do you see consistency in the demand when we're going to start probably 3 months from now, or do you see still the demand being unstable for some time to come? Will there be consistency, or do you see instability in the demand?
Yeah, definitely instability will be there. That's what I said. Our hospitality is more of the people oriented. So the more people travel and they come, it's not like we are working from the home and getting our business. So directly the hospital industry, it's dealt with the people directly. And it will, slowly and gradually it will improve. I don't foresee anything which is just picking up immediately after the lockdown has been released. So it will take some time to cope up with our business what we are earlier doing it, and yes, it will be definitely it will take some more time. So and also we will be giving a surety to our guests. These are the so many hotels are coming up with their training their staff, and the way how we have to tackle up with the new rules which are been set by the tourism of India. These are the norms has to be followed. All will be followed, and definitely will be giving that assurity to the customer, and slowly and gradually it will pick up, not immediately. That's what I want to
Okay. Since we are having a good talk on the rooms, and rooms also comprise a big chunk of the revenue coming to the hotels. I will also have a question. You can take it, and then I will also take the views of GM sir, because I think he's also going to be the decisive person when it comes to the pricing of the rooms.
Yeah.
Do you see that prices? I mean, there's a lot of there's also a lot of apprehension in the customers also thinking that the prices of the rooms or the hotel rooms will fall. So do you see that prices falling after the lockdown, or do you see it to be a short-term measure, and do you see that the prices will come back to its position in the long term? What is your view on that? And if you think that prices will fall or will not fall, what is the other way that you suggest that we will be able to generate demand from the market, or how do you think we'll be able to lure people to come and have a stay with us, Mr. Mathur?
Sorry. So it's about the demand and how
Demand
we
and
will obtain the
pricing. Yes, pricing
All
and
right.
probably
All right.
yes.
Mhm. Pricing, as I said, with the corporates, we already had tie-up, with them. These are the corporate tie-up rate. Okay, nothing with about the OTAs. Yes, definitely it will be where it forms, the occupancy. But the talking about the corporates, the rates are remain the same. That however, we are taking so many measures in terms of their hygienes and deep cleanings of the, which is also directly hitting the hotel cost. And so I don't see there is much any reduce in the pricing or anything. But
Okay.
because this pricing has been already been decided, and both the parties have agreed with that, and it has been already signed for the financial year. But provided
Okay.
if the due to the financial flow which has not been there throughout the universe, if they request, the hotels will definitely take a call on the considering the owners or the management, how we can give the best pricing, which will be revising the tie-ups which we have already with them. And talking about the travel agents, the online bookings and all, we will be definitely doing the certain offers or the discounted price, where to attract the customers, as well as more importantly to give the discounted rates or whatever the are the about the hygienic, what are the precaution measures which the hotels will be taking it. It's I think more gives more pressure on that.
Yes. 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 Yes.
Demand definitely, yes, sir.
Mr. Chandraveer, would you like to add anything to the pricing and the demands?
Yes, regarding the pricing, certainly. So for an hoteliers to crack any deal, offering a regular 10, 15 or 20% discount, that's a common, practice in the world,
Yes.
in our country. People talks with the discounts. Okay, so that's a common thing. But my take initially at this moment of time, I thought over pricing. So as an hotelier, we should not drop the pricing after when the things are melting down and hotels are opening again. At least for 4 to 6 weeks, we should be stable over the pricing strategy. And because why? There is a reason I say we. More cost is occurring to the hotels. So lowering the rate is will not be a right practice for all hotel chains. So they should stick with their pricing for initially for 4 to 6 weeks, and then they should see the market. If the market is your occupancies are average at least more than 50%, then I don't recommend to drop your pricing. But if you see your hotel is going empty every day, working after 1 month and your hotel is empty, your rooms are not being filled, your restaurants are empty, then I think you need to take a call. You need to do a market survey. You need to go along with your comset. You study your comset, how they're doing and all, how other brands are doing, how standalone properties are doing. Make a survey, do the comset, and come on your strategy to decide over if you have to lower the price according to your competitors. And I would like to again mention one more point where I say for initially for 4 to 6 weeks also, first 40 days, not lowering the price. I didn't mean to lose any kind of business. You cannot afford to lose any business in such pandemics.
Certainly,
okay.
certainly. Yes.
So you 70 to 80% business you can do on your demand, and then there will be 20% business always, which will be lifted on lower pricing. On B2B cases, business to business cases, so
Yes.
that you can lift up with a negotiated rates, but you cannot afford to lose business. That is my message over this.
Certainly. Thank you so much, sir. And like you said, I think hotels like yours have to have a reputation to live up to. So they definitely cannot resort to reducing the prices at the first moment. And I think Mr. Mathur also put a very genuine point forward that if things do not go as per choice, then we can probably resort to some promotional options. But reducing price will not be the most chosen or the priority option that we will be looking.
Correct. I think the parameter here will be now for a guest pricing. According to me, the customer mentality will little bit change. Now he will be okay. Pricing is something which customer always wants to lower down in a common.
Yes.
But generally at this pandemic time, pricing will be the second factor for a customer. First factor will be safety and this hygiene parameters. They have to monitor. They have to see what hotel is taking the proper safety measures. Then to enter in their property, who is saving their lives. They cannot put their lives for the cost of 20% discount or 30% discount, right?
Trust has to be built. Trust has to be built. Absolutely.
That's true.
They will be looking for more, the companies who are following the great hygiene practices.
Good, sir. Good, sir. Thank you, sir. Sir, you also mentioned largely about training and a lot of trainings that you're carrying on, and definitely being a hotel, you must be carrying out trainings to a different level, bonding of people, technical trainings, and various other forms of sessions. So, how important do you feel that you will also have to give them some training related to handling of customers, dealing with customers after COVID-19, and interacting with people? Because in this industry, we have to be we have to be also soft-spoken, but we have to be firm in some manners. So if you will see them breaking some hygiene or some issues, so those matters have to be handled in a very, very stringent or strict manner. But at the same time, they have to be polite, because that is what their role demands in the hospitality industry.
Yes.
So how do you think training will also help you? And I would like both of you to comment on that, sir.
Certainly, it's a great question actually, I would say. And training is always an integral part of any human life. I personally believe the day you stop learning, you stop growing. So please keep learning. Message to all of you, all the students and everyone in this world. And so now, if I talk about the training and awareness on the COVID, I definitely recommend very strongly that all the hotel chains, my hotel chain is already made an SOP over training. So we will be training our staff. We will be training our guests also. We will be spreading that awareness about the COVID safety and all, because that is important. Something has happened in the world which is very unwanted and very very, very scary actually. So we need to spread this awareness through different channels to the clients and staff. So it can be in form of presentations. It can be in form of stickers. It can be in form of digital presentations. It can be form of email. So like take an example, when you're sending an email confirmation for a reservation to the client, you mention about your safety, that we will be taking these precautions with you in the hotel when you check in. So the guest is not feeling on the counter that why they are checking my temperatures and all. When they enter, there should be some displays for the better safety of COVID, why we are checking their temperatures, why we are giving them masks, what they are supposed to do in hotel, how they are supposed to also deal with the staff and utilize the services. The guest also cannot throw, or staff cannot throw the mask anywhere in the public place, right? There is a disposal. So this basic awareness program will be definitely recommended for hoteliers, and my hotel chain will be doing this very strongly. And moreover, apart from these PPT trainings, I recommend the vocal trainings are more important. So like take an example, if I say my business managers, they should to share this every day in the briefings with the staff, 5 to 10 minutes, the COVID safety. Same should be shared with the client also on the whenever they come in context. So this awareness will be spreaded by all hotel companies as a new normal SOP process, and I'm in a strong consultation for this training. Yes, to all. That's my take. Yeah.
Mr. Mathur, your view, sir? Thank you, sir.
Yes. I also like to do some inputs on this question. Yes, about training. As Sir said, is a very important and integral part, especially in this scenario where everywhere has been affected by the coronavirus. So whatever I have told about we already have received the portal how we will be doing the training to our employees, and it's only not just for the sake of doing it, just checking the temperature, and you're just allowing the guests. We should know why what temperature the guest should have as considered to be a normal temperature, and what is not a normal, and what action will be taken after the if the guest is not above that, beyond the temperature, whom they will be informing it, and what is the next step we should be. All this will be trained into the employees. If they don't know what has to be done, then everything will be in the ways of keeping all the whatever the facilities or what we are doing it. And part of that, the asking the guests about their registration, everything, and what are we are going to follow pre-registration or pre-arrival process. All this will be trained, especially for my department in the front office. I will be training how they will be interacting it. Earlier, we were escorting the guests to the room. Now that process has to be eliminated, because while going to the corridor, maintaining the distance would be a big, if you have a distance, you cannot maintain that distance of almost 6 feet with the guests while walking. So we will be eliminating certain processes and why we are doing it. So everything will be explained to the guests through the soft copies about the hotels and how they will be checking it. All the requirements things will be asked from the guests. Why we are wearing the mask and the gloves, and how often we have to change it. So once you are interacting with the guest, okay, once the guest has touched certain the amenities and all, and you also just replace that. So after that, we have to remove our the gloves. Those has to be trained in very detailedly to our staff, so nothing goes wrong. If one step goes wrong, it will be a loss of huge business. Because after this lockdown has been open, we all have to be extra geared. It's not only the we managers taking care. Down the line, they are the one who are directly dealing with the guests. So they have to be trained very thoroughly. Are they aware? It's not only the giving verbal or the PPT presentations. Demo has to be done, like in how they are going to tackle the guests on arrival, or interacting with the guests through the emails, and all the while picking up the guests from the airport, how the driver has to be we have to give a training to our chauffeurs, how they will be tackling the guests. As Mr. Singh has already mentioned about the less interaction will be maintained. The guests will be seated in the car. After that, the disinfected, and the car has to be sanitized thoroughly for the next use. All those trainings we have to give in detail. That's how the training would be very important, and it will be conducted for all the employees. So once they come back, they also will be energized. Yes, certain new more learnings they'll be getting it through this thing, how new process entirely. It will be very new, which will be in the industry.
Very articulately put forward, sir. Thank you so much. There is one fear, there's one fear that I always have, and I will bring it forward. But as Mr. Chandrabir Singh always has been reiterating a point that safety, security, and building the trust, we're giving the assurance to the people. Only then I think we will be able to attract the customers back to hotels and our restaurants or whatever the place. There's one more thing that I feel that will be a big challenge is, we are known for being very close to people. We are known for being giving personalized experiences to people. We are known for doing the party tikka garlands and the various traditional forms of welcoming and all those things. Particularly in your department and front office, in the lobby, the interaction that the guest has with the duty managers, your service associates or something like that. How much do you think this will change after this lockdown? Because there's also going to be some behavioral changes in the customers going forward. I feel that social distancing is also going to be staying here for some time. So do you think this will be a barrier for us to providing unique customer experiences, the way that we used to do it in the past? I would like both of you to comment on it. Thank you.
Actually, sure, okay, Methul, you can continue. Yeah. Okay.
All right, thank you. Yes, as Mr. Shukla said, guests, as in the front office, there's in our Indian traditional doing the Aarti Tikka garland and the welcoming them and serving them welcome drink and escorting to the rooms and explaining all the guests about the hotel facilities, what are the facilities we are providing it, and a very close interactions would be were been done to all the customers. Now, with the impact of the COVID-19, post-COVID, it will be impossible to conduct all these things. As I said, escorting won't be possible, which guests will, definitely they will be finding a little missing in the hotel industry, but we will be sending a note to them, the hotel has been open, and with these certain the procedures which have been followed. These are the guidelines, and we will be having in hotels or the posters or the informations. All will be put up in there, so the guests will be well aware when they arrived in the hotel. Gaining the customer confidence would be the big challenge with us. So guests has to gain the confidence that when they stay in this hotel, the hotel is being taken care of by the the high-end cleaning and the disinfectant, all the the sanitizing, everything has been followed, and staffs are well trained. Yes, we cannot do seconds with the guests or the Architica Gala, and definitely distance, social distance will be maintained. That is always been the guidelines to the tourism of India. When they have circulated to most of the tourism industries, these are the guidelines which we have to follow. And this is for the safety for the ourselves and for safety for the guests. Definitely, they will understand when we are lacking of this certain eliminate certain processes. They will understand of the what the hotel is taking care of, more into the very effective processes. Yes, definitely, they think something will be missing, but will be just for the gaining of their the advantage.
Okay, Mr. Sandeep, your views, your comments, please.
Yeah, certainly. Just an add-on to Mathul's. Here I think when you do regularly anything on a daily basis, and when you bring any changes in it, it's always difficult. People consider changes as a difficulty always, and it takes some time to change anything. But in this case of COVID story, I believe the people perception is already changed, because this is very life-taking virus. People perception, the guest perception is already changed. Now, to be very frank, the guest itself will not like to come in close contact of the staff. Okay, why? Because they would like to have a table a little away from different customer in the restaurant. They will not probably like anybody to do Aarti Garland and this Aarti Tikka and all on the coming live. So they will prefer, and staff is wearing mask and gloves. The staff is talking from a distance, a meter and two. So I think the perception of the people in country is already quite strongly changed. I don't see this. It'll be a challenge for hospitality, because social distancing have been promoted on a huge level right now, and every mind have this pinch of this thing. Now, talk about forget about a hotel. I talk about even the milkman who comes to your door in the morning. When you receive the pouches, you will not like to touch him or her, to take the milk pouches. So yes, same thing. Our perception is already changed. So I don't see this will be, yes, it was part of our, hospitality in India, doing this culture, rhythms, but I don't think so this will be on a major hurdle for any hotelier in coming time. In fact, I see a very huge role of technology embedded, services coming into the scene, which I'll talk probably in a next coming question.
Okay, so self check-ins and other things, you probably see that happening.
Yeah, I see virtual reality coming in the scene. In coming time, I think this technology will play a key role serving hospitality and other departments also around the world. Yes, so there will be there can be robotic services. If this pandemic is for longer, and sure, I don't see within a 6 months you will see a lot of technology is going to be in the scene. Be it your there's tablets in form of virtual reality, be it in form of camera. Like take an example, maybe a camera is taking the temperature checks and all, the thermal temperatures and all. There can be many more. It can be an UV light effect to kill this bacteria in future, but it is all expensive. I know it's not that, but if it is long going on, this technology will come in the scene for sure.
Surely.
Yeah.
Well noted, sir. Thank you so much. I think we are also running out of time, so I will just go to the concluding question, and that is, what are the qualities that you suggest for the students who will be graduating or who will probably be going for internship or for training later this year, and how should they adapt? How should they adapt themselves to meet the needs of the industry and the environment that they are now going to be finding themselves in? Both of you, please.
Yeah. So firstly, I would like to recommend for students, not to worry for anything. World will move on. Things happen.
Yes.
Whatever happens, we move on. That's what the spirit of Indians, especially. So we will move on with this spirit. This pandemic also. And my recommendation about the students should be in a regular and continuous touch with the industry people. Like today, this great platform you have created, learning through webinar, which is a safe. You don't need to go out from your house, and you can sit on your computer and mobile and listen people. And thankfully, we also were able to spare some time. Otherwise, hoteliers doesn't have time to do
Absolutely.
anything. They don't have time to eat even on time. So,
Yes.
I recommend strongly for students to stay in touch with the industry norms. They need to be part of these, meeting conferences and these webinars. They should follow the social media trends. They should learn what are the best and safe practices industry is following. So they should moralize their attitudes into it. And so this is about the COVID. So when you are coming to, take an example, gateway to hotel. So we expect that you already know the basics about this, how to deal with this, the basic hygiene and sanitation standard about this dealing with the COVID. So, and then obviously the hotel chain also will be, taking you through this proper system of training and spreading awareness. So by the time you are landed on the floor to serve the customer, you will be given sufficient trainings and how to deal with this all. But again, I recommend the passion and the eagerness is important from day one. So you better from today, I recommend you should be good listener and good learner. So follow these practices, you will always win. And in journal, I would recommend bear a positive attitude always. Think positive. It is said that along with the positive attitude, there are a lot of people who wants to get attached, and you always succeed in your life. So stay positive, be knowledgeable, make your communications strong. And one more thing which is very important, try to learn how to make people management. People management here for me is how to make relations with the people. In this industry, product knowledge is important. Everybody wants the best product, and apart from that, they want that you are good to handle the people management. You can manage good people management relations. So you should maintain a good relationship where you can get help in industry.
Truly, sir. Truly.
Yeah.
So, your concluding words, sir?
Yes. I also would like to put certain inputs on this question.
Yes.
First of all, I would like to, from all our colleague, students, that nothing to get, panic about your careers. Definitely, we will come back to the normal lives where, the opportunities will be there. Job opportunities, it will be definitely there. As Sir said, we should be very thorough with our basics. That's very, very important. And what we are learning, to be thorough with that. Nothing to worry. And also, as he said, kindly keep it in touch with the industry. As today we have set up a good opportunity where the webinar, getting all this information, you can listen to the news, what's happening around the world and the hotel industry. Job, yes, it will take a year or whatever. Beyond that, everything will come back to normal, and your job opportunities, will not go anywhere. It will be there. The only thing is your basics has to be strong, and be positive, as Sir said, and that's what and opportunities will be there. So nothing to be worried.
Yes. Thank you so much, sir. I would just request Professor Dilip to take a few questions. I think we have 5 to 10 minutes. With your permission, that be okay with you, both of you, both the panelists?
Sure.
Indeed. We would love to serve this student.
Okay.
That's why we are here. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You have been really nice and very, very accommodating and taking a lot of points and questions. And thank you so much. It's been really enriching, thoughtful, and most importantly, positive reinforcements have been given to us. Because I think in these depressing times, we definitely have to come out of our own problems, come out of our own sorrows, and find a way for it. And I think our industry, that be it the 2611, be it any other time, our industry has always stand the test of times. So I think we will also do it again this year, and we probably will register bigger numbers in terms of revenue, profitability, and in all economic ways possible. So I would just quickly request Professor Dilip to just take a few questions from the given questions and share it with the panelists here. Please, sir, over to you, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon to all of you. Yeah, so one
Good
question
afternoon.
which is floating, we all have discussed a lot about hygiene, social distancing and all. So one question is floating, which is quite interesting, that do you think there should be dedicated hygiene manager in the hotel for the hygiene in management?
Yeah, right. It's very valid question actually. Why not? I mean, my personal recommendation here. I mean, if your company can afford, right now this is very cutting edge, keeping employment and all. You need to look at payroll cost. So I recommend those those big hotels who can afford the this position cost in their budgets. Definitely, I recommend they can have a dedicated person. Having a dedicated person will always result better results because that person will be accountable to perform, to create right records for hotel, and the top leaders, the general managers and headquarters, they will come to know about the results very accurately. So indeed, my recommendation will be there. These positions are already existed in the market. If you go to top brands, be it like Ritz-Carlton
Yes, sir.
or Hilton and Hyatt and all, these guys regularly have hygiene managers on board. Who allow the team to follow the FSI and health up standards and all. So recommendation is yes, if you can afford it, yes. If not, then entire team has to come into the scene to spread the awareness and trainings.
Okay, thank you very much, Chandraveer. So one more, if you permit, can I ask one more question?
Go ahead, floor is yours. You are the king today.
Oh, thank you. You are the real king today, right? So one more question, that is, how hotel will generate more revenues from domestic people while indirect income is stopped from foreigners? Also, in this pandemic situation, if facilities like pool, gym, and other facilities are closed, how hoteliers will recover their losses from domestic people?
Okay, if I talk about recovery of losses, my point of view will be, as I said, recovery will take time because the country has, in past 2 months, country has gone in a big loss. If I'm talking about the tourism industry, as I said earlier in my discussion, nearly 10 lakh crore loss has been done in tourism industry. To recover this 10 lakh crore, it's gonna take time, for years and years to come, break even. But to come on to the successful stage, it will be few more quarters to come in. And if I talk about how market will react, as I said, yes, 30 to 35% chunks of this foreign business was always there in our tourism industry. That has stopped, and I think for coming quarter, I don't see on a very potential note that huge traveling will happen from international borders. But we should never forget we have a people strength. Our country is unique. Okay, it's incredible. That's why we say India is incredible. And I earlier in my statement I mentioned India will be more incredible than ever before now in this pandemic, because this is our strength. India have lot of ways, lot of money, everything we have. Okay, so not to worry for anything. We are an agriculture country. We produce everything. We can generate anything. We don't need to be dependent of anybody in this world. Okay, we can survive for as long as you want. Trust me, friends. Okay, now the only thing what we have to do, my recommendation, we have to convince this our own market. We have to create and design a right product. We have to do a efficient marketing of those product. We have to reach people, and this is what hoteliers has to do. And obviously they have to generate a better hygiene and all in hotels, so the client is in confidence and feels safe. And moreover, I see a big role from government and media here. The marketing, the government should give an assurance to the people to move out from houses. Till the time the government will not issue this advisory, nobody's gonna. People will come, but that will give 1 to 2%. But till the time when the government gives advisory that you are safe to travel now, people will go to the places to roam around. And people have been sitting in houses for last 2 months, are frustrated, and as you and me are, about it. So and then if I talk about business, people are not doing business last 2 months. Everything is hold. Everything is on a standstill. So once the soft note comes from government, people will move out and do their meetings and their pending jobs and their conferences and whatever. Some people will go to your travel destinations and for holidays and all to relax themselves. So I think not to worry for anything. Industry will recover. It will take some time, but we will recover in coming year.
Thank you very much. One last question I would like to ask, that is also related to budgeting, right? So how would the organization cope up with the budgeting part as public gathering would be minimum due to the physical distancing, resulting in less business than usual, and operation cost may become higher.
Yeah, it's again very tricky and very important question has came from you, Dilip, and I admire. Now, as I said, you are absolutely right. The cost of operating supplies will be higher now because all companies are making their new SOP, and which is a lot of cost is getting involved. Especially when you talk about the sanitizers, the sanitizer itself is very. When we talk about 70%, alcoholic-based sanitizer, these sanitizers are very expensive itself. So to use this everything in this operations in in your hotels, the cost will go high. How much it will be right now, I cannot share you the right figure of the same. But temporarily, I mean, right now, what I say, we don't need to worry about that higher cost and all. We have to just come into the regular practice again, and then we will think about how we will recover this cost and all. First, we have to get the client to our door. That is more important. We have to get the client to our door, making a safe transaction of their stay and their the reason to come to your hotel, and then once this market is normal, then you can think about recover this cost and all. So right now, as I said, I think it's a survival is more important than profits. Profit will be little difficult for coming quarters, as I said, and then things will be back to normal. And in coming time, solutions will come of everything. You will see. So.
Right.
We have solution for everything. So we will see to make a better profit. If we are enriching more costs, we have to see more low cost effective ideas, or maybe we have to see we have to generate higher number of business to reduce the cost percentage. And if we talk about this catering industries, you just mentioned about these weddings and all the biggest gatherings. Here I would like to say, yes, this biggest gathering will be impacted for some time at least. It's my personal listing. But again, small whatever conferences and small social gathering you have, you keep serving them. As the time passes by, by the time we have the vaccination of this virus, things will be normal to the stage. That's what the take. Things will take little time to recover. That's what I said. These big fat weddings will be little bit, having challenges. You cannot serve 5,000 people in current scenario, or 2,000 people, 1,000 people. Maximum 100, 200 people you can serve. So let's wait, and as and when we have this, vaccination ready for this, disease, I think everything will be back to normal.
Thank you very much. So we are running short of time, so that's why we will be unable to take all the questions. So sorry, really, we are very, very sorry for that. But yes, again, I would like to thank all the panelists for sparing their precious time and sharing their wonderful knowledge. It's really a wonderful chat, discussion, knowledgeable platform, and we learned a lot. Even the students must be benefited from all those chat. And thank you, Mr. Chandraveer, Mr. Mathal, and
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Thank you for the opportunity given to us. Thank you so much.
Dilip, it's my honor. It's my honor to to be with you on this panel. And I would like to also recommend Dilip. Dilip is have been in touch with me as a close friend of mine, and then he called me a few days back and he said if you can spend some quality time for a student, and I couldn't say no to him. And today we are on this platform. So thank you for this wonderful efforts, Dilip and Mr. Shukla. And I would like to again once more, thank you, the Oro University, for this great efforts to organize this great platform to share your knowledge and your thoughts to the students and entire industry. I'm sure some of the hoteliers will be on board also. And yes, I would love to reserve you again on any other topic, the students, if they are interested in future. And I also request if we have missed any question, from a student can draft that email to probably Dilip or Mr. Shukla. Please send this email to us. We will try to reply you through an email on appropriate time. So in future, and definitely, so it will be an open platform. We will be associated with your institute. And thank you once again for everything.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Mathal.
Thank you so much.
And,